Team looking for that damage, finds him on the Diablo. Diablo forced it back out as their health drops low. The Immortal now got 25%
Back down
here.
Yo on the Greymane, gonna be the first pull. But is it ETC? No, that's Mnaval up there. A triple.
Ley line used in the back, catching 3 people on top of that, followed up by the APOC and the lurking on. Catching 2, but this time on is gonna be the first one.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi.
There's the lead, catches him in the mud pit. Time trap does pop. Mosh pit goes out. Ruby's still in trouble. Pops to stay a while and listen, but it's not going to matter.
Here comes the Warboss on the backside, but he's doing it under and then stunned. Oh my goodness! The combo!
Getting struck down, ETC getting killed. He becomes dog food for the Greymane.
I didn't think they had a chance. I thought it was all over. We said all or nothing, and they got absolutely everything.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series, and it's a wonderful evening. It's a Thursday. It's one day before Friday. We're almost there. It's pretty much the busiest night of the week for Nexus Gaming Series. I'm Arrow. I'm your host tonight. That is Alice. She may pipe in from time to time, so look forward to that opportunity. We're here in Division A West. Gonna catch a set between the... I'm gonna call them Naval. Mnaval? I don't know. I'm gonna call him Naval, I think. And then better than bots. So this is Division A West. Let's take a quick peek at the standings. Also, shout out to my good friend, the Crushinator. Thanks very much for your raid party. Hope your cast was a good one. So we're gonna see here Mnaval there. They're at number 4 position. 8 points so far this season. They are 6-6. Better than bots. They've played 4 games. They're 0-8 right now, so they're looking to get their first points here tonight. And of course, A West, a double round robin for that group of heroes and fine, upstanding citizens. Now, taking a look at our map bans tonight, we've got ourselves bans out onto. Do I have the right things? Is that right? That looks right, right? Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. We have the bans out on Cursed Hollow and Dragonshire from Mnaval. We've got Better Than Bots banning out Garden of Terror and Infernal Shrines. Our first map of the night going to be the 2-lane map, Battlefield of Eternity, the place where you can expect many brawls, lots of fighting, a little bit of racing. And, you know, this is an early game map. This is a place where you want to get that early lead, get structures down, push as hard as you can, and then finish the job at the end of the game. And we have all of our players here. Just waiting to hear back from them to get the game started. And I think they both say they're ready, so I don't know. You know, they gotta push the button. But nobody's there we go. I was gonna say, nobody's pushing the button. Just sitting here. Uh-oh. I don't think I updated my draft screen. We'll have to see if there's anything, let's take a look, see if there's anything wrong on that page. No, it looks good. Here we go. Battlefield of Eternity, as mentioned, 2-lane map. We got the Immortals in the middle there, duking it out, doing absolutely nothing to each other. It's kind of awkward seeing them fight, right? I mean, they just throw stuff at each other that does absolutely no damage. And, you know, Crushinator, I just noticed yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, and of course your name, at least to me, is showing as green. I'm assuming that that is the same for everybody. But we've got our first pick coming up here for the bans for Better Than Bots. I have a friend that I think wants to come up and say hi, but she's got a goalkeeper here preventing her from stopping by. So maybe she'll come by later. Our first ban could see something. Okay. Weird. Still hearing the countdown timer. Oh, yeah. First pick was the other side. That's why. There you go. Yep, it was on the wrong side. Sorry about that. I was full on Green Boy yesterday. Big fun. I bet. You know what? I was not personally wearing a whole lot of green, but what I did do yesterday was raid day in Warcraft. And so I transmogged my warrior into a full green armor set, had the green glow on my Shadowmourne dual-wielding axes. So I was... only one person recognized it, and only because I told them that I changed my transmog. So, you know, whatever. Is what it is. Alright, so we should be able to get back into this pretty quickly. Alright. So, yeah, Battlefield of Eternity is coming up here for you soon. Just as soon as we push the button. And of course, because, you know, we had the drop in the draft, I told them, make sure that you keep the same hero picks and bans. You know, it's really important that we stick to those rules. So I'm sure that we'll be okay with that. Batman Heel says, thanks for casting. My pleasure. Glad to be here. Was happy to pick up your guys' cast. Just heard the... Okay, I was gonna say, I just heard the broken draft sound again. I was hoping it wasn't disconnecting us, but it looks like we are good. This time, draft going over, and we're gonna have first pick on the left, where it should be. For Mnaval. Maybe it's something a little bit more posh. Maybe it's Mnaval, or something like that, you know? I don't know. Maybe it's an acronym. Anyways, so heroes that we can see here. There are some priority heroes. You could see like a Chromie, you could see Hogger, you could see Vala, you could see Raynor, Artanis. Like these are pretty commonly picked in or banned heroes on Battlefield of Eternity. You could see like a Mei. Mei is really popular in general, could be really valuable here as well. Diablo gets a fair bit of pick. We're gonna see, however, Deathwing gonna be the first ban. And I've seen Better Than Bots play Deathwing, so that's not a big surprise. It's a little surprised that it's so early in the draft that they would ban that out, but you know, you got to look at what you expect from your opponents. Mnaval. All right, fair enough. Mnaval instead of Mnaval. That does sound Mnaval sounds a little Twitch After Dark level of things going on here, so we'll go with Mnaval. All right, ETC being banned out. ETC kind of overall lost a little bit when they dropped his armor from 25 to 20. Of course, they reduced the encore value a bit. There's that Chromie ban that I fully expected to see. Another hero that could get banned is Sonya. Sonya sees a lot of play. So I don't know that we'll necessarily see it banned here, but it certainly could be. She's one of the top heroes, at least in Division A East, and it's going to be Mephisto. So they're going to stick instead with targeted bans against Mnaval. Our first pick could see a Li Ming. Li Ming does a lot of single target poke. Also has the burst potential into enemy heroes. Malfurion has seen some changes, and you know, not gonna say that Emerald Dreams is a crazy broken talent, but man, it feels tough when you're dealing with it. All right, so both teams are going to go ahead and pick up their race heroes, and it is going to be that Sonya coming out on the side of Better Than Bots. Vala, of course, being picked up for Mnaval. We got Raynor out there. So already we've got this potential race burn really early. Raynor gets it from level 1. Vala gets it at level 1, essentially. But hers doesn't really pick up until she finishes her quest. Mnaval. Fair enough. Carnival, yeah. Sylvanas and Uther. So this is... I think this is likely going to be a main tank Uther. Just based on, you know, the rest of their draft. Uther with the Vala, I don't think is enough, you know, single target healing to deal with the fact that they've got Sonya and Raynor. But Uther being as your front line does put that pause on Sonya anytime she whirlwinds. So I really like that pickup. Garrosh is going to be banned out there. And, I mean, that's another, like, that's a hero that you're banning out because you've got your Sonya. Maybe looking for a Diablo for Better Than Bots with that Garrosh. Yeah, I mean, it's really strong against with the Sonya there, but I could see a Diablo coming out here from Better Than Bots. Lucio going to be the final ban coming out from Mnaval. So we've got a DPS, a healer, and a tank, most likely outstanding here. So with what they've got, I mean, Brightwing could still come into this. Brightwing's got that polymorph. She also has the hyper shift. This is a little bit farther away from the lanes typically, so maybe it's not as common. I really like the Mei. I was thinking it was probably going to be the Diablo because of the Garrosh pick, but Mei is a really strong tank, and I mean, I love to see this. Tassadar coming in as well, so they've got the slows that helps Tassadar increase his damage through his Psystorm, through his Shock Ray. He's got the Force Wall, so lots of ways for them to slow and hold Mnaval's group down here. And it's actually going to be Gazlo, and there's the Diablo. So it is actually going to be the solo healer Uther. Now, Gazlo doesn't have great race, but he does have really good zone control, and if he goes into that Gravel Bomb, he's going to be able to really cause some challenges there for Mei. Even without it, with his TNT can be really strong, so either way. And there's Batman coming in on that Malfurion, as mentioned. You know, if Mei can get a stun or an Ice Wall, Malfurion can come in, lock them down, could even potentially have the Twilight Dream. So a lot of ways that we see Better Than Bots here having that potential. And I mean, Diablo can charge in, but I don't know if he really wants to get through the Mei and Sonya, right? I mean, Vala's not going to vault there. She'll just die. Sylvanas could maybe at 13. So, I mean, they're not... I feel like overall Malfurion's pretty safe here from the healer's perspective. Having the Mei zoning tools and then Sonya with the potential burst damage there. I do like the backline here for Mnaval, though. Really going to be able to help protect that Vala with that Uther stun, with the armor. Gazlo even can kind of work as a backline. So it's a tough backline for Sonya to have to go into, because who do you spin on, right? I mean, Uther stuns you once and you're toast. But here we go, getting into game number 1 between Mnaval and Better Than Bots. All right, starting it off by clicking on the core already. We'll get started here to the left. For Mnaval, we've got Seer on Sylvanas. We got Silent X. Going to be playing that Diablo realistic on the Uther. Crimson Chin on the Vala. And Gazlo going to be played by Shotdown. Over here to the right, we've got Better Than Bots. We got Batman playing Malfurion. Crafty Trent on Mei. Evil Alto on the Raynor. We got Megan 420 on Tassadar. And Empress, we're going to say Sana? Anyways, we got the Empress playing Sonya up there at the top. Sonya into Gazlo. That's a favorable, I think, for Sonya. She can heal off the turrets. So she's in that 1v1. I think that overall is going to favor that Sonya. But again, this is Battlefield of Eternities, so it's not necessarily a big consequence. Root's going to come out onto Diablo. He's going to get put to sleep there, I think. Double check. Yeah. And Raynor doing a good job with that penetrating round to keep Diablo away, at least for the moment. There's the Shadow Charge, not quite the stun. Into the Root. He's going to go to sleep here and boot back from the Mei. Diablo getting very low. Tassadar with the Force Wall is just going to get him with the Shock Ray at the end there. First Blood going over to Better Than Bots. Let's take a look at those talents. There is, so 4 stacks there already for Tassadar as the rest of the team looks to rotate down into that siege camp. Sonya, as mentioned, pushing a little bit into the Gazlo. Gazlo doesn't have quite the 1v1 potential, especially not having that auto attack at level 1, instead going into the TNT, and that's telling me we're most likely going to see Gravel Bomb. That gives him the extra range. It also gives him the movement speed when he hits. It's a really good combo with that Gravel Bomb. Vala, however, is heading up. We see the pings calling that somebody's coming up, and most likely, I was going to say Raynor may not be rotating in, but he actually is going to follow the Vala here. So there's the stun. Here comes Vala. She's going to be looking for the Sonya. Raynor's going to make it just in time, gets the kill onto the Gazlo. Sonya trying to catch the Vala, but didn't quite get that spear. So nice rotations from both Vala and Raynor, but it ultimately is going to be Better Than Bots with their second kill of this game. And Sonya going to go ahead and tap, it looks like, and they're going to make their way over to the Shaman camp, as the Immortal is going to be spawning here relatively soon. Level 4 is online for Better Than Bots. Those 2 kills, giving them that little bit of burst that they need, as now Mnaval is going to head over to their camp as well. Immortal spawning now. They'll be joining us in about 20 seconds as the first camp going out there is going to be for Better Than Bots. They're going to hearth back, fill up, and I think they may be looking to just like stall this out, but just a little bit too late. Big stun though from that Mei, and then the follow-up damage from Tassadar. Rotation coming in into the top lane, looking maybe for that Sonya, but more than likely just trying to clear the lane. And with everybody rotating in here, Diablo's looking for that Raynor, but not quite able to catch him on the border there. But that gives the free clear over here to Better Than Bots. They can get started on the Immortal. Unfortunately, they don't have a lot of Immortal burn here. The Raynor had to take the scenic route, as Diablo now sees Sonya making her rotation down as well. And because of that, with the race that Mnaval has and the fact that Better Than Bots weren't there, the halftime is going to go over to Mnaval. Stun's going out onto the Mei. She pops her Cryo Freeze as we see Raynor just working on the Immortal. Diablo just trying to slow things down. It's going to be close, but it's looking like Mnaval may come out ahead. A big stun from the Immortal is actually going to secure that in favor of Mnaval. Better Than Bots had, I think, 3 heroes that got stunned there, and unfortunately that cost them the Immortal. We see the call looking for the Mei, as Gazlo is in the bottom lane. We've got a full 5-man from Better Than Bots here. They want to try to get level 7 and then see what value they can get here. Looking for the Tassadar. Diablo's going to get slowed by Mei. That's one of those things that Mei does really well. She has a lot of ways to slow, stun, zone for her team. And there's that stun right now. Not going to catch anybody, but force everybody back just a little bit anyways. As the Immortal falling very quickly. Raynor able to really bring that down. Sonya went down to deal with that Gazlo. And it looks like, for the most part, we're just going to get this wall on the side of Mnaval. A couple minutes before we see our next Immortals coming up. May be level 10, although that was early enough that it's possible the next Immortals will come up before level 10. And that's where things get really spicy. That's where you start to wonder, is this better for us to attack? Should we wait? Should we get camps? But right now, here comes Diablo looking into the backline. Finds a Sonya. Sonya gets hit by the hungering arrow there. Great blizzard from May, keeping the Sonya alive, and she's trying to come back in. The camp is going to go over to Mnaval, and this is looking really bad as Sonya's going to fall. Rainer's going to fall there. They do get the counter kill onto Vala, however. But Crafty Trent, very low, does get the double stun, goes back in, probably doesn't have cryo freeze, and that proves to be a less than favorable result as Tassadar having to run away from the Diablo here. Both teams level 7. We'll pop those up for you to watch here as the action slowing down a little bit. As Mnaval with the successful camp invade, and with that, evening out the kills 3-3, and putting them up about a half a level lead as the next Immortal's coming up in 30 seconds. And right now, no minions, so really just keeping things safe. Sonya heading up to the camp once again. When Poison Spear doesn't have that battle, I think it's called Battle Rage, where she gets the additional damage to Mercs and minions and all that stuff. But did go double slam there, so able to hit those heroes in the back pretty easily here. Gazlo's coming in, so there's no Sonya. This is favorable for Mnaval as a double stun coming in. Laser just not quite where it needed to be there as Diablo getting the flip onto Rainer. Evil Alto having to pull back now. Sonya from above trying to see if she can get that lane, maybe get some additional XP as only a half a level left until Mnaval gets that level 10. And Rainer's going to get started. We're actually going to see both teams here. That's not where we're going to go. There we go. We're going to see both teams heading to their shaman camps. Trying to gather that XP, send it out into the lane, keep that pressure going. Sonya up in the top lane. Trying to even out the score here a little bit. This is, again, slightly in favor of Mnaval. They've already got level 10s now, so with other heroes up above, maybe they could have gotten a look there at Diablo, but not quite. And now they just have to be defensive and hope that Rainer can finish him up. May is going to get stunned here in the back line. Uses the Blizzard to try to zone. Diablo out looking at the Tassadar. Big stun coming in is not going to land, but Tassadar is going to get a big shock ray there. And here comes Sonya. Level 10's now on both sides. Icewall's going to miss, but the stun onto Uther from the Immortal. MVP, says the Demon. Stun coming in onto May as Tranquility there for Malfurion. And now, Better Than Bots coming in, looking for the Vala. She is going to vault away, but Diablo's going to get put to sleep. Big stun, though, once again, this time onto Sonya, but Diablo going to be taken out. He'll be coming back soon, and Gravabomb used there just as a disengage tool, but that's going to give Better Than Bots the opportunity now to push halftime and put things into a bit of a more favorable position. Checking in on the structures here. We've got bottom wall down on the side of Better Than Bots. Up above, we saw the earlier Immortal coming up here, but both sides in a similar position there. This is not a great place for Better Than Bots with only 3 of their heroes here. Sonya coming in. Keep in mind, she does have Leap. It's coming up soon. She could look at that Uther. I think she's looking for that Uther. There's the Gazlo coming in. Has the Ice Wall. Oh, the anti-synergy as Cryo Freeze used there, and it's going to cost Uther anyways. Tassadar coming in with Archon. They're looking at that Diablo. The Shock Ray coming in, and that's another kill. Gazlo with a big 3-man stun, though. They're keeping on this assault. The Force Wall not quite where it needed to be, and Sonya missing with the Spear, but she's now chasing down the Gazlo as Vala trying to get the Immortal as low as possible here. Was getting that race value heavily. And now it's going to be up to Better Than Bots to protect this. They've got May fairly low here, though. Sonya's coming in. There's Gravel Bomb. Is going to hit the Sonya into the stun? Not quite. Tranquility coming out, but a stun this time. Rain of Vengeance going out onto Sonya, and she's going to spin away as Better Than Bots with 66 health. Gonna secure themselves an Immortal. The tiniest of shields. That is a minion auto attack away. Now, May is in really a tough place here. Malfurion, however, getting caught by Diablo. And May doesn't have any mana or really any health with this. So this is just a moment to gather that XP, and I don't really think they get a lot of value out of this Immortal. It's already halfway dead. Raynor coming in with the Hyperion. And maybe they do get a little bit. May's diving in, has the Cryo Freeze, pulls Diablo. They get the healing well down. Crafty Trent is a little bit low. There's the Apocalypse coming in. Raynor trying to get away from the Vala is not going to happen. As in addition, we've got that Wailing Arrow. And there's Tassadar with the Archon. This doesn't seem like a fight you guys want, though. Level 13's online. Sonya up here going to be able to pick up that camp very quickly. And that's, oh my goodness. Oh, this is the not the fight you want part 2, as Tassadar, completely isolated, is pretty much just boned here. I don't think there's anything that anybody can do about this. Yeah. Yeah, there wasn't, I mean, Tassadar's not enough damage to be able to take out the 4-man there, so I'm not really, they really shouldn't have done that, but, you know, it is what it is. Malfurion's going to have to head back, and that may very well lead to this fort being taken out. Vala doesn't have a lot of mana either, though, so she's kind of in a tough spot. They've got the Uther, who's pretty much full mana, and of course, he's also got that Q build, so he can poke people out at range, too. Malfurion is back, though, so the Black Arrows, I think, were used on the towers, so those, that's all they get. We do have Gazlo up here waiting for Sonya. He's going to be able to clear this. It'll take a little bit. Gazlo's clear is not quite as amazing as you think it might be. But anyways, here comes the stun onto May. She's going to pop the Unstoppable. The camp going over to the blue side here. Mnaval. Crafty Trent, however, going to get taken out on the disengage. And Gazlo here is going to leap. Sonya's going to leap. They're going to get the kill onto Gazlo. Way to finish that. And this is the, you know, probably the #1 reason that Sonya is so strong right now. She got a big buff to her slam build. She does a lot of damage. A lot of damage at a distance, too. If she hits a target, she can hit that slam really far. May's coming back soon. Diablo very low is going to get the root out. Put him to sleep. Maybe not. The Unstoppable coming in. Apocalypse as well, providing some significant zonage there as a big Rain of Vengeance into the backline. Sonya's spinning to win, but now the Invulnerable going to be able to keep Diablo fine. He's going to go to sleep again after that root, and now they're looking for him. Can they get him this time? They do, but they're all so very low. May's looking for the Sylvanas. She's really slow. Icewall's going to block down Uther if they can get the finish there. And it looks like they just might get it. And they're not done. They want more. But Vala and Gazlo gonna head out. Another stun there from the Immortal. Immortal's doing some work. Gotta watch those stuns. They're not an insignificant amount of damage. They're a long stun. Big value though, as Sonya able to take down that bottom fort, and better than bots now, gonna get themselves a second Immortal. It'll be going top lane here, as Uther will be up in a few seconds to help defend. Level 16's up for better than bots. This is a great place for them. They're a full level up. Still a half level to go for Mnaval. As the Immortals coming up soon here, they have the Hyperion available, so this fort is 100% dead. The question is, how far can they get to the keep? The Hyperion getting good value there. And a great ice wall. Can they get any value out of this, though? With the wall up. Yeah, I didn't think they quite could have gotten that. With the wall still up, it really prevented like Sonya from getting in there. She just would have died if she would have gone in. So level 16's now here for Mnaval as the full wall down. And Sonya here lurking off to the side, looking for that moment that somebody steps up. And it looks like we're going to get a full keep out of this Immortal. Gazlo's coming in. Big gravel bomb's going to land onto 2. Leap coming out from Sonya's. Apocalypse coming out as well. Is going to get a big stun there. Tassadar taken out early, as now the Wailing Arrow is going to come out, but the disengage root from Malfurion going to put the Diablo to sleep. And now they're just going to clear up the Immortal, make sure it doesn't get any more potential value onto that core, because that could have gotten some official core damage, and there's no Abathur in this game. No way to bring back that core health. And this is a great call right here. Mnaval is looking for either the rotation or potentially take out that fort. They stopped. I think they should have kept going. They had the advantage. Diablo looking for Raynor. Icewall's going to come out. Does put the brakes there on the Vala, so that's possibly saving Raynor's life. This is absolutely gone. They should just give this and get away, though. And there's the root. Going to help with the Diablo once again. Batman doing a really great job of zoning out Silent X, especially with those roots. Sonya, however, putting the pressure on. Has a camp coming in, has the catapults. This is another camp going in that top lane. I feel like in general, Better Than Bots has taken some super questionable fights and they've paid for it. But when they've been able to fight at Immortals, they've really been able to come out clean. Mnaval's going to have to fix that. They're going to have to combo or take advantage of those poor locations, those poor positioning. There's Leap looking for the Diablo. Apocalypse is going to hit onto a lot of the backline. There's the Ice Wall hitting onto 2 as well. Divine Shield is going to be enough to provide... Never mind, I was going to say they get nobody, but Vala, they're just getting clipped by the Raynor at the end, and that is a huge, huge kill as the Immortals coming back up here in just 8 seconds. No Vala means that the race potential for Mnaval is extremely low. Then again, so is Malfurion's race potential. But you know what? You're doing the work here. Well, you got hit. All right, race is going to begin. It's actually the blue team that has the bigger race right now. Raynor sitting on the Immortal in the back there. Force Wall onto Diablo. He charges over the wall, gets caught in the Blizzard. Can they get the kill here? Icewall's going to block them in, but he's staying alive so very well. It's Sonya who's very low. Just not long enough there for Diablo is now looking for the Gazlo. They get the stun, the Force Wall, but Sonya too deep. Gonna get taken out by the Sylvanas. Immortal going to halftime as Raynor doing the work, but can they get the Uther? Uther gets booped away. Diablo's gonna get stunned on the way in. Gazlo with the big Gravo Bomb combo, and it's a double kill! Make it a triple as May getting caught by Uther at the end. And Raynor gonna try to just get as much of this down as possible, but this Immortal is going over to Mnaval. Better Than Bots. The best thing that they can hope for out of this is that they've got level 20s now, and they still have the top lane structure, but with Sylvanas, that structure's gone very quickly, and level 20's coming up here for Mnaval as well. We see May hasn't selected hers, Malfurion hasn't selected his. We've got the Execute from Raynor, so if they can get anybody low, they can die quickly. Raynor, though, taking half of his health from just a couple of abilities, has to be extra careful. And if you have to give the keep, sometimes you have to give the keep. You don't have 3 of your heroes right now. But this is it. The Immortal down to melee now. Realistic getting caught. Brought pretty low there. Is going to get caught in the Force Wall. Hellgate used by Silent X. Going in. Leap coming out from Sonya. He's going to get the kill onto Uther. He's coming back soon, though. His Apocalypse coming in is going to get a big stun onto Malfurion. Still with the Tranquility, but it's going to fall as the Immortal moving on to the core. We see the pings calling for it. Uther going to get stunned? Not quite. Diablo charging after Raynor. He's going to take those tower shots. The Immortal is going to fall now. And with that, Mnaval having to pull back. But now, with that kill, Mnaval is going to head up and get the top camp. This pressure has now been evened up. This game is a coin flip. If either team can win a significant team fight, it's GG. It's game over. Both teams can burn a core pretty quickly, whether it's Sonya Raynor, whether it's Vala Sylvanas. They have that opportunity. As long as they don't get stunned, you know, it's been happening this game. It happens. Whatever, you know, you see a circle sometimes. Like WoW, you want to stand in it. Maybe you get a buff. But it's going to be much harder to kill the Sonya with that Ignore Pain. And of course, Tranquility increasing that healing. Here comes Malfurion, and it looks like Mnaval, knowing that they're here, may choose to come in. But checking all of those bushes. They don't want to get caught on the way there. Diablo looking for the Sonya, does get the charge stun here. Crafty Trent calling it. Leap coming out from Sonya, going in, gets a huge amount of damage on the Gazlo, but a big Gravel Bomb just couldn't quite get there. Apocalypse coming out is going to get the Raynor. Raynor getting flipped, pushed back into the wall. Vala doing everything she can, but Raynor staying alive for long enough to get the kill onto Diablo. And now, Better Than Bots looking for the Uther. And I don't think he's got that Benediction. If they can keep him slowed, this is absolutely a terrible place for Uther to be. And with that camp going in the top lane, we see Sylvanas has to head there. They have to get that taken out quickly because that could end the game, especially if Better Than Bots just came to deal with this. But they're going to head to this race, it looks like. Uther's done. He's gone. So this could be the moment. Tassadar, we got Sonya. Sonya doesn't have Wrath, so she's not quite the oppressive feature that she could be. But certainly enough to get this down, get this down to half health on the Immortal there. Bot lane though, like this becomes a potential issue. They kind of do need to clear this. And Uther is still 20 seconds away, so they want to get as much damage onto this as possible. And I think Mnaval's coming into this. Yeah, here they come. Sylvanas is looking. There's May, and this is, yeah, Better Than Bots needs to pull away here. Mnaval wants this fight while they're uneven, but this is it. It's 5v5. Watch for that Gravel Bomb. It's the one that's going to set things up here. There's the stun. Crafty Trent getting flipped. Here comes the leap into the back line as the Gravel Bomb coming out, connects just onto the May. Ice Wall is out, but not going to get the completion there as Tassadar in the back line. Silent X falling very low, but continues to get healing here as Sonya trying to stay alive, spinning underneath the Immortal. Not sure that she makes it out. She does, actually, especially if she kills this Diablo. Oh, but the Divine Shield just in time. It's now Tassadar who's going to fall. Diablo has no health, but the Immortal will go over to Better Than Bots. And that is absolutely critical. Losing 3 heroes would have meant the game, but a full shielded Immortal has to be dealt with by Mnaval. I'm not sure. Maybe they could outrace that Immortal, but it would certainly be a challenge with the Malfurion, with the Sonya. And right now, that's just not a challenge they want to deal with. But that gives them the free clear of the Immortal. It likely means that they save all of their structures here. Maybe they lose a little bit of wall damage, but they're certainly not going to take any keep damage. And with that miniature black hole there, we've seen that a couple of times, that upgraded Gravel Bomb. That cooldown's already back up. And let's check in on Uther. Let's check that Benediction. I think, does that show up here? Or Redemption, rather. I think that shows up here. So I think he has that back. Bot lane now pressuring into the side of Mnaval. End top instead of... That's kind of what I was saying. Like, it's a tough call. Like, they probably could have done it, but having Leap Sonya plus the Malfurion with roots, like the combos from the core, it was maybe dangerous. And if they lose people, they lose the game for sure, because that Immortal would have melted that keep and the core. So, I don't know. Maybe they could have done it. But I feel like that was a gamble. And this is it. This is the last camp on the map. So we're going to see that rotation. We saw it earlier as they were checking in for each of the camps here. Or each of the bushes. Last time they got the Sonya on the rotation, but not this time. This time, both teams are going to go ahead and clean up the lanes. And then we get what could very well be the last fight of this game. Because the only reason that last fight didn't turn to the end of the game was because there was a fully shielded Immortal. Everybody's up for this one. And this is... I think it's safe sides, right? Is that what it... No, it's the opposite. Okay. So we're going to get halftime. And it looks like it's gonna go over to the blue team. Little bit. About 52,000 on the immortal health, so a little bit of an advantage there. And I think this favors right now Mnaval because they've got the catapult pressure leading into the core on the right side there. And if Better Than Bots pulls into this, this is dangerous. If they come into this, Gazlo Gravo bombs into the immortal. That is an easy win for Mnaval. And I think they recognize that. But the big problem is right here. I don't know that they can afford to all go back, which is what they're doing. So this could end up being a big problem. Sonya, though, the one person who's not going to. And you know what? I think they're just going to look for it. Yeah, they're just going to look for it right now. Uther's going to get the stun. Raynor gets caught by the Diablo. There's the Gravo Bomb. Hits to 4. Apocalypse coming out is not quite where it needed to be as Uther's going to go down. So is Sonya, but Uther will be back. Sonya does not get that get out of jail free card. As Gazlo is going to get that stun out, is going to get a double stun here. And that's going to give him a big burst of healing. There's that Gravo Bomb again. Coming in clutch. And now forcing Better Than Bots to pull back. As the Immortal making its way, it's got a pretty healthy shield. Oh, Diablo. Oh, Raynor was so dead there. And, I mean, they're going to get a lot of free clear onto this. They do still have the advantage on the side of Mnaval, though. And the Keep going to take a pretty significant amount of damage. It's Keep getting shut down. Icewall's going to come out, going to catch the Uther. And the Immortal, only about 20% health. So it's not in a great place here, as it will actually take loads of damage. And that's it. Sonya's back. We see him kind of calling to continue this. Sonya's just now coming in, so this could be a potential for Mnaval to say, yeah, come join us in our healthy Gravo Bomb. Hello, Vela. Or not Vela. There's the leap, looking for the Sylvanas, a big bout of damage. But the Gravo Bomb onto 4, big stun following it up. Silent X, however, the one falling very low as, oh my goodness, Tassadar so very low. Divine Shield once again is going to save the Diablo. Gravo is coming back. It's going to just hit 1, so the cooldown reduction not significant. Diablo running away through the bottom here, and that's going to give then Better Than Bots the opportunity to get on a camp. And they're all full health here. Not so healthy are the Mnavals. Is this the hill we die on? No ultimates on the side of Better Than Bots. On a scale of 1 to risky, this is just absolutely good night. Diablo going in, somehow they get the camp, but May is toast. She's got to die here, right? Maybe not. Maybe not. I can't believe that worked. I cannot believe that just happened. I don't understand this game. Folks, I just want to point out to you that Better Than Bots just walked over here, took a camp right in the face of Mnaval, had absolutely no heroics, and lived to tell the tale. All right, part 2. Not going to see the Blizzard connect there. Ice wall down. I'm sorry, available, rather. Archon not up, Hyperion not up. But top lane is a problem. This is pretty much the best case scenario for Better Than Bots. They can be a little bit patient. I don't know if they see that rotation, but they are going to see somebody here. So they can begin... Oh, Raynor. Oh, no. Well, okay. All right, I see what you're doing. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to keep that pressure in that top lane, but this means that they have to pull back. Raynor's going to zoomed out. I can't imagine Diablo could have had that Raynor there, but got caught by the stun. Level 30 power spike. No doubt. No doubt. All right, Better Than Bots have the lead on the Immortal push here. Did any of these die? No. See, that was just a waste. Just a waste. But the lane's ultimately going to be pressuring in. Both teams have one lane that's not looking great for them. Let's check on that. Yeah, he's got that redemption back. So Uther does get the opportunity to come back if they get that kill onto him. So he's ideally not the first target that you look for, basically. Bottom lane is mounting up, though. Better Than Bots has to make a play here. They either need to defend and clear up that bottom lane, or they have to make something happen. And I think they need to just send one person to clean that up real quick. And then fully defend under their Immortal. Like, spread out, don't get caught by the gravel bomb. Mnaval being a little bit cautious here, because again, they have the better fight under their own Immortal. It's fantastic. But again, that bottom lane's going to be a problem. Here they come. Diablo's going to get the fire out. Blizzard coming out. Icewall's going to isolate them, but not going to hit anybody here. And this is it. I mean, this is game. They have to clear this. That's 5 catapults. That will melt the core faster than something that melts, I don't know, other things. Speaking of melting the core, there it is. Look at that. 78%, and they're leaving it. Tassadar, here's the Gravo Bomb. Tassadar's toast. And there goes, I don't know, Sonya, I think that was Ignore Pain. And now the slow retreat here from Better Than Bots, trying to see if they can't survive long enough to deal with the Immortal, but it's just not going to work. Stun coming out there onto Mei. The Divine Shield onto Sylvanas, just to help clean this up, get themselves a full team wipe, as now the Immortal on its way to the core, but they don't need it. They've got all the pressure they need to finish the job right here. Mnaval coming in with game number 1 in this best of 3 series. All right, 22 kills to 17. That was a really balanced game. I mean, the level 20s really put it in favor of Mnaval, though. That Gravo Bomb was huge, and considering the number of ways that they could have comboed that, it could have been way worse. You know, they had the Apocalypse that could have gone with that. They had the Rain of Vengeance. They had the Wailing Arrow. Like, they could have, if they had set those combos up, timed them right, it could have been a full team wipe every single time, especially under the Immortal. But you know what? Better Than Bots did an absolutely fantastic job. They were really... there's no game sound? Hold on, let me fix that. They really did have a lot of this game, you know, in their clutches, and it just didn't quite get where they needed to go. There you go. You'll have game sound now for the next one. Sorry about that. Sometimes the system, I don't know why it does it, but sometimes the system goes and resets the defaults. In fact, let me make sure that the microphone's on the right one too while I'm at it. Nope, that one's right. It's usually just the sound. So 1-0 in favor of Mnaval. Let's get this out of my face. That's good enough. Yeah, so I think that was a really strong game from both teams, but there were a couple of, just a couple of moments that I think Better Than Bots kind of, gave away free kills or, played a little bit more aggressively than they needed to, and Mnaval made him pay for that. They took advantage of those moments. That being said, there were moments that Mnaval had that they could have done things a little bit differently too, right? There were a couple of moments where maybe Diablo identifies a hero, gets that kill, or like I said, the combos. And it just goes to show, like, Gazlowe in and of himself, and I hate to say this because I play him, he's not a super amazing hero. He becomes so much more valuable when you combo him with the rest of your team. And you saw, or a free Immortal, right? If they ever come into your Immortal, they just die, right? I mean, you pull them into an Immortal stun, and it's huge damage. So the point being is that going into this next game, whatever it is, changes the landscape. And there's not going to be an Immortal Stuns. Immortal Stuns were a big problem. Both teams got hit by them, but definitely Better Than Bots got hit more so. Excuse me. We'll find out whether they want first pick or map pick. But for the time being, I'm going to grab myself a brief moment of thirst quenching and give you something to watch. So we'll be right back.
Hold your positions.
Now, Zagara! None resist the chill of death!
Yes. Well done, minions. Now, bow before Kel'Thuzad!
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Nexus Gaming Series Division A West between Mnaval and Better Than Bots. I'm joined by my good friend here, my good friend Alpha. Say hello, Alpha. She's not too keen. I took her off the bed. She was not happy about this fact, but she's getting some pets, so fair enough. But yeah, so we're up Mnaval 1 to Better Than Bots 0. This is a best of 3 set, so Mnaval looking to close it out here. Better Than Bots looking to get their first victory. They were very close in that last game, but couldn't quite find the right time to close it out, and ultimately needed to do so a little bit earlier in the game before really those level 20s came online. That power spike really pushing hard into them. Our next map just got announced here, and we are going to Volskaya Foundry. And it looks like this was the selection of Better Than Bots. Making sure here. That's in fact the case. But that's, I believe, what the case is. So checking in the standings here. So Mnaval has 8 points. They are 6-6 so far this season. Now 7-6. Better Than Bots, they are as yet have not been able to pick up a map, but you know, maybe today. Hey, Taco, we're getting all kinds of raids. Oh, I forgot to say, yeah, thanks for the raid from my good buddy, Mr. 7th Ace himself, and his partner, Ektar. So thanks for that, and Taco, and of course, Crushinator earlier. Appreciate everybody coming over here and watching. Slight adjustment there. It was actually Better Than Bots taking first pick, not map pick. So it is the selection of Mnaval. What is this? Hi, Ektar. All right, so we got a substitution. Let me get that changed on the list here. So, hi to everybody, Alpha. She is really not liking this. She's like, man, really? Do we have to do this whole degrading, put me in front of people thing? Stick, shot down. Okay, so we got the only Navi coming in. Replacement for shotdown. So there we go. Make sure everybody else is the same. Yep. Let's see, what do we got? You know what? I don't have the shout out thing. I'm sure that there's a way to do it. But yeah. I don't use Streamlabs. But actually, I guess it might be a Nightbot thing. I don't know. Maybe someday I'll learn how to do such things, but for now, it's just, you know, hey, shout out to El Taquito as we get into our draft. All right, there's the ETC ban. We saw that early on in the last game. So last time we saw ETC Mephisto coming out from Better Than Bots. We saw Deathwing and Chromie. Now, I think that we'll still see probably all of those heroes, because all of those heroes could get value on a map like Volskaya Foundry here. Hey, do you want to sit better? You wanna go up there? All right, there you go. So Deathwing, ETC, both of these taken out. Mephisto, I think, would absolutely just be a monster here. And they agree. They don't want to have that Endurance of Hate coming into these control points. Not so good. And there goes the Chromie. So nice and easy, keeping it simple. We got Garrosh and Lucio were the next ones. And I'm not sure. I don't know that that's necessarily the direction that they'll go for those bans when we get halfway. Usually we'll see some adjustments there. But Sonya, gonna be the first pick. And not a big surprise. I think Sonya gets, again, you know, she's just such a strong hero. She has a whole lot of everything that she can do. She can team fight well, she can clear lanes well, she can do camps well. So, you know, picking up Sonya is a real easy, safe pick, and it doesn't give too much away in your draft. Enjoy, Taco. Good luck with your scrim. And Varian and Li Ming gonna be the picks here for Mnaval. And that's the opening to Death and Mayhem, right? I mean, Varian, assuming it's a taunt Varian. You think it's a taunt Varian, Alpha? And there's the Lucio. So Lucio getting picked up. That's going to give them that high five, and I think that's really strong into the Varian there. Lucio basically has a cooldown for every single taunt then. Zul'jin, the other selection here. And, you know, Varian's a good tank to have when you're dealing with a Zul'jin. He's got that parry, so he can basically just ignore those auto attacks. And he has 2 charges of it. I don't imagine that we'll see him taking Shield Wall so that he can keep those 2 charges. Well, I guess I suppose it depends. I mean, if there's some kind of big burst damage, then maybe he does keep that. But if they go with something like the Tassadar again, I don't think it's as likely. Ronan, I don't know the answer to that question. I don't get the impression that's the case, but it could be. It is capitalized as Mnaval, so Mnaval. Yeah, it does seem like it's my naval. That is basically what it seems like, yes.
The wait is over.
Cassia gonna be the pick there, and that's a good one for the Zul'jin, getting those blinds. Now, her range is not great, so maybe not, we'll see. Ana gonna be the other selection there. Could very well see another leap out of this. Ana's not the most mobile healer in the world, so depending on what they get for kind of that backline protection, right now they don't really have it. They have Variant, so they need to have somebody in the back there. I mean, they may just say, screw it. I mean, they may just take the Gazlo again, because Gazlo can get a lot of value on this map. And there's the Mei as well. And Kael'thas. Kael'thas is a really good mage for this map. He's able to put those living bombs out, and you know, it doesn't matter. It may not be as much as damage as other heroes, but it forces you to change everything about your positioning And I just realized I haven't put any of these names in. I should probably do that real quick. And there's the Mnaval. So Mnaval doesn't have a lot of ways to protect the Ana other than just, hey, let's all do a bunch of damage and try to kill that Sonya with the last rites. But with the Li Ming combo, with the taunt, last rites, I mean, that's pretty rough. Let's see. Farrell, I've not seen a good Smash main in years. Just better assassin ability. In general, yeah. Yeah, sorry, Farrell. It's pretty rare that anybody takes him as Fury or Arms, at least in competitive. I mean, he certainly has the capability to, you know, be something annoying in a Storm division or something with a Fury and soloing bosses. Maybe into like a Deathwing you might, but even still. Alright, starting over here to the right. It's going to be better than bots. Let me put those pop-ups up. There we go. Alright, so we've got Crafty Trent there playing the Mei, Batman on the Lucio, Evil Alto on Zul'Jin. We got Megan 420 on the Kael'thas, and Sonya going to be played by Empress Sienna. And to the left, it's Mnaval, currently up 1-0, looking to close this out. We got Realistic playing Ana. Crimson Chin on the Cassia, I think. Seer on Li Ming. The only Navi, I think. Varian. And who am I missing? Mnaval? Silent X on the Mnaval. Sonya up here in the top. As the rest of the team gonna see what they can get in the bottom. Zul'Jin, I was gonna say, may actually just die. Gets very close to dying, but Sonya's gonna clear that minion wave up and get a little bit of value onto this wall. Probably not a lot, as Malthia's already on his way up here. Taking a look at these talents, level 1. Pale Horse, gonna allow Mnaval to rotate very quickly. Varian, not a full hero yet, doesn't have his level 4 abilities online, so he's a little bit of a liability to the team, right? He doesn't have the ability to lock somebody down, just has that movement speed slow on both his Lion's Fang and his charge. Why do you do this to me, game? There we go. Sorry for the very short pause there. But anyways, it looked like Lucio had rotated up, but Mnaval was not going to be pressured out of that lane. Both teams picking up their fortification camps, getting that turret available. And Zul'Jin looking for stacks. Hasn't been able to get any so far. Sonya, however, is in a bit of a questionable location. Didn't realize it at the time, but is going to be able to make it out there. The rotation came in to try to pick her off, but not really any way to lock her down. Cassie doesn't have that until she gets Valkyrie. Li Ming certainly doesn't have it. The only way really would be that Ana Sleep Dart. But until 4, when Varian gets taunt, and he has that now. And here they come. The flip is going to go over, but taunt is going out onto Lucio. Is going to be able to skate away. And the camp picked up as well as the biotic emitter for better than bots. Mnaval really was looking hard for getting that Lucio, but they just couldn't quite complete the kill. Very close, though, between the anti-healing grenade and the taunt. You know, as this game goes on, that becomes a kill. All right, Nightbot getting super busy there in chat. Thanks for telling everybody about the Nexus Gaming series there, Nightbot. Looks like we're gonna have both teams working on their camps. Gonna go out a little bit earlier for better than bots. Crafty Trent having to zip away there. Once again, that taunt coming out. And this is the window that Mnaval really wants to get as much value as they can. This 4 to 9 range with the Varian, because they really get a big power spike from that. And once we see level 10, that's where things start to even out a little bit again. And depending on the team, like, you could get comfortable. You could, if you start getting that that pressure from that Varian, you could get really comfortable with that and then find yourself struggling a little bit at level 10 once the enemy team has a whole bunch of ways to stop it. And I really didn't think that was going to lead to a kill, but there you go. Kill up in the top lane. The pressure from Zul'jin and Sonya just pushing the Malthael back and getting that kill. Sorry, I missed that. But we were dancing in the mid lane then. Had stuff. 68% there over the control point. But the siege going on up top. Already this wall down. Varian looking for the Sonya. Does get the taunt. She's spinning away. Orb at least coming in to damage her, but not able to secure the kill. Level 7's here for Better Than Bots. Not yet for Mnaval. So this is a window of opportunity for Better Than Bots. And working on that channel. They're trying to get that evened out, as both teams working on their fortification camps once again. So this will give us 2 turrets on the left side, 2 turrets on the right side, and Sonya, I believe, still has the biometer, yeah. So lots of equipment here. And a very slight advantage, just in level, to Better Than Bots. There's the boot back. Don't need a high five if you can boop out. There's no Kael'thas here, though. Biotic emitter is coming out, but it's Malthael getting really, really low. Gets booped back into the team, spinning to win, and that's going to be the first kill of this team fight. Second kill of the game as the Protector, rather, going to be picked up by Better Than Bots. And they're going to begin their siege in the mid lane. They already got that wall down top lane. And the Protector, 30% taken off just in that short blip on the mid fort here. Checking in on Zul'jin stack, sitting at 4. Hasn't really been able to get those stacks this game so far. Lucio gonna get the charge. Boops away the Varian, though, keeping him nice and safe. And of course, the boombox used there for vision. Just to keep an eye on that Li Ming from below. So the healing well taken out up top. A little bit more damage coming into the mid lane as Malthael rotating up, maybe looking to engage now that this fort, or this Protector is very low. Varian, oh, the sleep dart just at the tip there onto Kael'thas. Big burst damage coming in as well, along with, of course, that anti-healing grenade. Yeah, I keep bopping him up and off Spectrum, but yeah. If I miss it, feel free to remind me. With level 10s here, we're gonna see the not the invasion, but the push in on the healing camp. Half a level advantage for Better Than Bots. This is their time to shine. Now, this I think is a little bit of a waste of time, but nobody knows that they're there, right? That's the key. I really think Better Than Bots is losing an opportunity here. They had the 10 advantage for a good 30 seconds. Really all they got was a camp. Sonya is gonna get caught here by Varian. This may very well be a dead Sonya. Yeah. But we might get the kill onto Malthael. Here's the unstoppable from that high 5. Crafty Trent pretty low, but probably is okay. But that's okay. 1-for-1 trade there as up in the top lane. We're gonna see some siege here, but that should give in the bot lane the opportunity for Better Than Bots to push as well. They're gonna get the turret camp? Are they? Maybe? They are. Okay. But this is more value here for Mnaval. But they are going to pull back. Mei is coming in. Leap massive value this game. Yeah. Yep. Like I said, I mean, getting into the back line, you have a rough time on this, but it doesn't matter if Kael'thas gets absolutely just obliterated here. They might even be able to... Nah, not quite. I was going to say, they might be able to get that Lucio. Sonya up, trying to keep those lanes clear. Level 10's here for both sides, of course. It's been the case for a little bit, but now we're seeing the, once again, invasion, except this time it's for Mnaval. Blizzard's going to get nothing. It's just going to provide a little damage there to help out. Leap coming in, big 5-man leap. Icewall's going to come out as well. Varian is the only one outside of it on this end. But this is a 5v4 with a whole lot of equipment used And no deaths. The positive there is that better than bots have really short cooldowns, right? Ice Wall's 50 seconds, Leap is 60 seconds. So they can kind of just do that. Bot Lightning is pretty short, I think 70, 60 seconds as well. I mean, there are a lot of really short cooldowns. Right here, Nano Boost, that's the longest one, I think. Yeah. Pyroblast is pretty long as well as Tazdingo, so Sonya having to be mindful of the rotation is going to pull back. Not safely, and just barely able to avoid the gank attempt there. Yeah, I mean, I take Wave of Force for Peel too. I don't know that it's enough. Especially with having a spear from Sonya, so we'll see. Rotations coming in here. They are looking for this 3-man here. They're going to get Zul'jin with the Sleep Dart, but the high 5 going to keep him nice and just completely safe. Sonya and Malthael in the mid trying to get the XP there. Keep themselves even as 13s are now available for Mnaval. Sleep Dart once again onto Zul'jin. We're going to see that rotation. The Wave of Force knocking Zul'jin away. Leap coming in onto the backline looking for the Cassia. The Ice Wall is going to catch one this time. Sonya, however, spinning away can not... they don't get the kill. Lucio, however, looking maybe to get a high 5 onto Sonya to get away and just barely makes it out. So just the 1 kill there onto Zul'jin. And I think they may be, yeah, they're going to look at this healing camp. This is the first time this game Mnaval's been able to move in onto the healing camp. And do so, presumably, successfully. Well, the Blizzard's going to zone them out. We see them calling for it. Lucia's going to go in and somehow makes it in and out alive, stealing away the biotic emitter. So they get the XP, but Mnaval not quite able to secure the camp itself. All right, there's the taunt onto Kael'thas. He's able to get away. Last Rites coming in is going to net 0. Wall is go. Oh, the leap onto Li Ming. There's the Pyroblast. And that's it. Evil Alto continuing the attacks there. Has Tazdingo. Pretty sure he's toast. Maybe not. Maybe not. Sonya trying to spin away. Gets taunted. The Unstoppable coming out as well. Silent X looking for the kill. Does get that one, though. Nano boosted Malthael continuing the pressure here. Ana now falling very low, but is not going to fall to that living bomb. But ew, it's close. Having to use the healing grenade there to keep Realistic alive. Because that was, I think that was maybe single digits. Oh, Jacob, you missed it. Oh, man. Well, the good news is if you really want to, just click on my name, click on the videos, and then you can see the current video. You can just rewind it. Basically, go back, 5 minutes or whatever to whenever. Obviously, you'll be a little bit behind, but it's kind of like watching it live. And the Protector is going to go over to Mnaval. And this is maybe Zul'jin's opportunity to get a lot of those stacks. Protector was looking for that punch, but just stopped. All right, mid lane is going to be the target. Megan taking a lot of damage there on the Kael'thas. Crafty Trent going into the back line. Looking at the Ana, gets the leap onto that target. And it turns out when two of your heroes are in the Protector, it's hard to protect your backline when one of them's Varian. Varian's gonna get a lot of damage there. Malthael might make it out, not quite. Sonya says, not this time, you're mine. Top lane is slowly becoming a problem though, as the siege camp is gonna get some pressure. Sonya heading into the bot lane, seeing if they can get a little bit more value down here. The wall's already gone. This is really strong for them to potentially push on the control point C, which will be coming up in about 3 minutes or so. Maybe a little bit less. Somebody forgot to pick up the turret. There you go. And as mentioned here, bottom lane's starting to mount a little bit of pressure, so that's got to be cleared up. But so far, no forts down. 2 full protector waves. And do we see another fight over this healing cam? And it looks like definitely better than bots coming in. There's Varian being the target, gets gravity laps there. Charging in from Sonya. Ball lightning coming out as a lot of damage. There's the leap. Looking at the Cassia as she gets booped away by the wave of force. Living bomb might get spread, doesn't quite, but Mnaval in the back should have the last, oh, tried to use the last rights at some point. There it is. Sonya's gonna fall, but the living bombs, can they get that Cassia? Right now it's 2 for 1, just the Mnaval down. But the camp secure going over to better than bots. I mean, that's the best that you can say about that. Unfortunately, they lost a little bit more than they gained, but they did get the XP. Also, really important to note here, Varian with that shattering throw. So able to melt through shields from either Mei right here with her cryo freeze or that Kael'thas mana addict at level 1. And with this right here up in the top, this opens up a nice win condition here for Mnaval. The fortification going to be picked up by better than bots. And they don't really have enough time to put pressure onto the tower, so I think they have to pull back here. And that's exactly the case as we see the rotation coming from Mnaval. Instead, stalling out, looking for the Mei, gets taunted, and does have the cryo freeze, but it's not enough. So a staggered death there, 50 seconds until Mei can make it. And at this point, I think, you know, Mnaval's in a great place here. Better than bots has to pretty much just try to safely soak. They're 3/4 of a level ahead. Zul'jin's gonna be the target. There's the last right, or the high five. The leap coming in as Varian trying to use parry to get away. Crimson Chin is gonna get caught. However, the return kill onto Zul'jin, and now Li Ming trying to get another kill as Lucio's zipping away. Sonya now trying to make it through all the minions, but it's actually a 3 for 2 in favor of better than bots. Mnaval getting that kill onto Lucio with the last rights. Sitting at 2 stacks there. Actually, maybe not with last rights. Actually, take a look at that. Lucio's 9. We can see that on the recap. Nope, just death. Just found him and killed him. But level 20s are here now for better than bots. So this is a great place for them. They have the man advantage, and they're gonna get onto the point.
Red team has destroyed the fort.
Oh yeah. Top lane pressure. And we're pulling off. Gonna try to get some damage onto this fort. See if they can't open it up just a little bit. Keep the pressure mounting from the minion waves. As Mnaval trying to get level 20. Sending out this siege camp in the top lane will be very valuable for them, as the next fight, if it goes on for any length of time, that could put some pressure into this top keep. Instead, on their way down, they're going to take out any structures they can. That said, Sonya, she's going to get the bottom fort as well, so here we go. Icewall coming out onto the Varian, looking for the stun potentially. Not getting the stun, it looks like. There's Kael'thas with the living bomb on the ignite. Sonya diving in, looking for the Li Ming, has the nano boost there, but on the other side, Megan 420 is going to fall to the last rights, but Zul'jin's going to take out the Ana, makes the kill onto the Li Ming as well, and now Taz Dingo getting those auto attacks all over the place, but will fall shortly after. Sonya getting the kill, but dying in return. And it's just a bloodbath. Navi trying to stay alive and kill the Lucio, but can't quite make it. Is going to fall, but the ball lightning is still continuing. And both of these heroes are so low, but they're not done. They've got the turret. They want to get this kill onto Cassia. Can they get it? And they do. Mnaval coming back onto the map. He's not going to make it for the protector. Top lane does have a little bit of pressure, but it's basically a 2v1 here, and while they're in this, I don't know if Lucio's heal actually affects Mei. An interesting thing to see if his healing... I suppose we can check that. Where's the healing? 4, 5. There we go. Heal other. Well, it's not going up, so I guess not. Ana's coming up. Li Ming's coming up. Protector at half health here. We're going to see Kael'thas working on that top. And this is a tough place. Like, you have to pretty much pull back. This Protector's at half health now. You do not want to get caught by a sleep dart, because that turns into death with the Li Ming there. That said, there's no Cassia, so yeah. I was just going to say, if Mnaval continues to charge, we got a Zul'jin, we got a Sonya coming. So just trying to get whatever value they can out of this last few moments of the Protector. 7% health. And kind of what we saw before, Mei's in the Protector, so it's a little bit of a hard place for Better Than Bots to protect their backline. Sonya kind of pseudo has that, and I suppose really Kael'thas does too with a Gravity Lapse. But they don't have the cleanse from Lucio. They don't have the zoning potential from Mei. I think, honestly, they probably would be better to just get out of the Protector. But they're going to finish this off. There comes the damage. Leap being used. Didn't quite get the target they were looking for. They get the Zul'jin here. Unstoppable coming out. Ice Wall going out onto Varian. No Blizzard to follow that up. So he's just going to have that Living Bomb to not quite spread. So no deaths out of that one. And you know, you miss a leap, it's not a big deal. You've got that 60-second cooldown, so you can have that available next round. It looks like now, once again, this healing camp could be the next fight. Got vision from both of these. Lucio's going in. Charge might... no taunt there. Wave of Force knocking Kael'thas into the front. Because, of course, that's a repulsion. We got the Cryo Freeze coming up. Maybe not. Ice Wall's going to be used. Does catch the Varian. There's Leap into the backline, looking for that damage onto the Li Ming. She's going to have the Pyroblast coming in. Crimson Chin, however, Cassia falling very quickly. And now Bot Lightning, Li Ming's going to fall. Taz Dingo being used, trying to take out the Malthael as Ana being chased down by Sonya. And Lucio forcing the fight onto this Varian, but they lose the Kael'thas and Zul'jin in the back to the Malthael. Malthael does not have that buyback. It is only Ana left. Can they take this in bot lane and win the game? You'll have to tune in at 9 to find out. There's not a lot of a minion wave here, so the keep is going to go down. There's the buyback from Malthael, so now he does have it. They need to kill the keep, guys. All right, Unstoppable used. Mei's flirting with danger here. I don't think Malthael wants to try to use it because she's got the Cryo Freeze. Malthael, the target here, is just surviving forever. Forever. Between his own healing and the Ana. There you go. Leap's going to come out. Is going to get the kill. The Sleep Dart, however, putting the brakes on. But now that kill, I mean, that bought them so much time. Malthael's not going to be back for a good long time. Kael'thas and Zul'jin will be back up here. So this is going to be a full squad for the side of Better Than Bots, but they were not able to finish the game there. They certainly couldn't have done it with all three, and we saw how much healing Malthael was getting out of those soul rips. And that was without Nano Boost, by the way. Next Protector's coming up. Malthael's up in 40 seconds. He'll be up well before the Protector is complete. That top lane does need to be dealt with eventually. Because this is a long time. But bottom lane is a pressure going against Mnaval as well. So this is, I feel like this is a lot like where we were last game. It was late game. Better Than Bots had a great position until that one Immortal took down their top lane. Are they going to stop the channel? What's going on? Nope, they are able to make it back. So they just get the turret. They've got the healing as well, so they got 2 turrets and a healing. No items at all on the side of Mnaval. And this showing up here is going to give Mnaval the opportunity to come in, so Lucio and Mei should back away. And now with that camp going out, now it's going the other direction. So Mnaval, this is a clock now for Mnaval. The longer this goes, the better it is for Better Than Bots. We've got pressure in the bot lane, pressure in the top lane. Mei's going to get caught by the taunt. There's the leap looking into the back line, getting a big amount of damage out onto the Li Ming. Crafty Trent's going to have the last rites coming out. Is going to survive, but Li Ming not so lucky. Mnaval going to fall as well. They're looking for the Varian. Lucio going in is going to find the Ana, actually. Boops back the Varian, gets the kill. And that's a triple kill going over to Better Than Bots. I don't know when that buyback comes back in, but I think they probably could just wait for that protector. This is maybe a little risky if they get caught by the Cassia, but if they kill the Cassia, then all is well. And here comes Mnaval once again. Ana Mnaval on the defense. Triple catapults now with the turrets. Catapults looking for the Ana. There's the cord mechanic there. Getting the little bit of glove action, pushing back the heroes. As the protector coming in. And there's Leap coming in onto the Mnaval. Mnaval getting caught here is very low. Sonya trying to get the kill onto the Mnaval. The core, however, falling very quickly as Sonya going to be taken out. And this is it. Game number 2 for Better Than Bots. Getting themselves their first victory of the season on Volskaya Foundry. Seventh Day says 100% win rate since we rated. We've turned their season around. You know what? I mean, stats don't lie. 100%. Holy cow. 25 minutes on the dot. And we're going to go to a game 3. Those were some chaotic fights. The charges. The Lucio was absolutely critical to the survival of Better Than Bots. Batman, the Caped Crusader coming in hardcore. You know what? It's March 18th. Justice League is back out on HBO Max. I haven't seen it. And you know what? If Justice League is as good as Batman in that game, then I look forward to that movie. All 4 hours of it. Absolutely fantastic play there from Better Than Bots. Really holding it out. Mnaval did a really good job, but they just couldn't quite get it at the end of the game there. Really fantastic, though. Silent X and Realistic did an amazing job in those couple of defenses that they had. What do you think, Alpha? Do you have anything to say about that? She doesn't have anything to say about that. She's remarkably quiet when she's on stream. And the moment she's not on stream, she's got opinions about everything. Don't you? All right, we're going to get set up for game number 3. I'm going to give you guys something to watch that's not just my pretty face. We'll be back in just a moment.
Bienvenidos a la catedral de las mejores batallas del Nexo. ¡Vámonos! El terrorífico, el chamuco, Diablo. El jefe, la parca, Lunara. La pantera, Sonia. Enter Multiversal Nexo Weight Championship? You better be! El Bandito Imperious! Gata de Batalla Lele! Malgocho! Mercadas! ¡Legendario! Bienvenidos a la Catedral de las Mejores Batallas del Nexo. ¡Ding, ding, ding! The fun is on! ¡Épico! What a takedown! Give it up for MC Tombstone! Rampage, all right! We got ourselves a winner! We're going to Nexomania, y'all!
All right, welcome back, everybody. Here between Mnaval and Better Than Bots. We're going to game 3. This is exciting. This is absolutely just wonderful. This is the first map win for Better Than Bots this season. It's their first point. Now, I don't want to harp on that point because obviously that never feels good, but it feels great when you do get that first victory. So, you know, all of the kudos for Better Than Bots. Now, Mnaval, they're looking for the opportunity to shut this down. They want to stop the Better Than Bots in their tracks. They want to get their win here and continue climbing up the ranks. Because as we've seen here in the standings, with tonight's point, they are just 1 point behind Minion Miners. That would tie them for 3rd place. Better Than Bots, again, one of 2 teams that up until tonight had not secured themselves a victory. But they're now ahead of Lurk Patrol in A West. This is double round robin. So, you know, all of these points are really, really important. And so is finding out where we're going. I wonder if we have anything anything going on here. I see them in a lobby. Maybe they just forgot about inviting the caster. Maybe that's what's going on here. There we go. All right, so let's take a look. Where are we going? We are going to Alterac Pass. You know what? I don't think I have Alterac in my commercials. I'm gonna have to get that video. Now that I think about it. Let's see. Alterac looks like it was the selection of the blue team. Is that right? I will ask them, since the selection for that first map, or first... It appears it was not the blue team, it was in fact the red team. Whatever. It is what it is. It is, you're absolutely right. Another map that can take 30 minutes. Absolutely. Let me just write down here real quick the team comp that we had. Because I was busy letting my, my dog down. I guess in more ways than one. I put her down on the ground and she also wasn't happy that I did so. So I guess I let her down twice in one action. All right. So Alterac Pass. We've seen, again, we saw the Deathwing, the Chromie, the ETC, and the Mephisto. We saw those 4 heroes banned out in both games at the beginning. By these teams here. So I don't see any reason that they keep any of those up. I mean, the one that I would say maybe would be like ETC, but even that, like, if you've got a really strong ETC play, he's really good. The knockbacks provide a lot of value. He's got stuns. He's got, you know, he has mosh, although it feels like lately mosh pits have been far less flashy and effective. Like, mosh pits almost become, how do we secure a single target kill, as opposed to look for that big 5-man, because people, I think, have just gotten used to not being in a position that they're gonna all get caught like that. Maybe I'm wrong in that, I don't know, but it certainly feels that way. We're gonna, in fact, start off with the Sonya ban, and you know what? I like that. I like that change. Sonya has been in the backline. Oh, we're not on the draft. Hold on. All right, so Sonya ban. I like that. Sonya's been harassing the backline. Taking her out of the mix changes everything for better than bots. And taking out Sonya, taking out Deathwing, that leaves Chromie up. For better than bots, do they want to give Chromie over to Mnaval, or do they want to leave that Mephisto up? I think whichever hero is left up is probably the first pick. And they're going to take out the Mephisto. And there it is. Now, who changed? Crimson. So that is now shot down. All right, Lucio being picked up and Cassia switching sides. So Sonya now changing over to the Cassia. So we're going to see maybe somebody else in that solo lane position. But Batman did a fantastic job. And keep in mind, of course, Lucio has that high 5, can cleanse a temporal loop. I don't think we'll see temporal loop, though. I think that we'll see Slowing Sands. Slowing Sands got nerfed. It's a shorter range, it's a higher mana cost, but it is still absolutely disgusting to have to play into. And there is the Johanna, and along with it, the Brightwing. Brightwing, fantastic into the Cassia. Cassia tries to fend in. You're polymorphed. Good luck. Johanna, just a really strong tank, able to pull people back into that Slowing Sands. So we could see Seer here with the getting the stun from Johanna with her Blessed Shield, maybe dropping a Slowing Sands. Johanna pulls them back in. Could be a thing. All gonna be the ban. Last ban of the night for better than bots, and here it is for Mnaval. We've got the Cassie, we've got the Lucio. Do they want to ban out the Mei? Do they want it? They do want to ban out the Mei. They want to force Crafty Trent there onto another option. Garrosh is still on the table. I don't know that it's quite as good into this line. But he does have an Unstoppable. So there is that. Could look at the Varian. Varian with Cassia, like you pull him in with maybe the Valkyrie, you get the taunt. You have the shield breaking, but instead it's going to be Blaze. Along with Li Ming there. So Blaze with the jet propulsion stuns could lock down heroes long enough for Li Ming to get value. And we saw last game that Li Ming went into the Calamity build. I'm not going to be surprised to see Li Ming go into an Orb build here. With the map that we're on, I feel like that could probably do pretty well. And then you've got Cassia, who can provide that consistent poke damage. But Leoric and Lunara here, so Lunara is going to be that poke damage for the side of Mnaval. And we're gonna get a Samuro. Here we go. You know what? You ban out the Sonya. Who else can go into that backline? Samuro. There you go. All right, you know what? We haven't done any polls tonight. Let's do one now. As soon as I find... Oh, apparently they removed it. Hold on. Where is the... That one? There we go. Create a new poll. Who wins game number 3? All right. Additional. Sure, why not? We'll do additional votes. We can do that. 2-minute duration. Starting poll now. You got 2 minutes to vote for who you think's gonna win this game. Is it gonna be Mnaval? Is it gonna be better than bots? I don't know. These games have been pretty darn good. Both of these teams have really put it to the other. And now it's go time. So we'll find out in somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes. Maybe toward the second half of that. All right, we're going to start over here to the right because that's where we loaded. Better than bots. It's Empress Sienna on the Cassia there. Evil Alto on Samuro. Batman there on the Lucio. Crafty Trent on Blaze. And Megan 420 on the Li Ming. And over to the left, we've got Mnaval. We've got Shotdown 007 playing the Leoric. I got Seer on the Chromie? I hope? Yeah, okay. On the Pignata. I love it, love it. We got the only Novi on the Johanna. We got Realistic on Brightwing. And Silent X gonna be playing the Lunara. All right, so the name of this game with that Samuro is gonna be harassing the backline and getting camps. So need to see those camps from both teams on this map as early as possible and as often as possible to keep that pressure going in each of these lanes. And that's really a little bit harder for Mnaval. Their camp clear is not quite as easy as having a Samuro, but Samuro's going to get some pretty significant damage here quickly out onto Leoric. He's going to get a drain though, so that's going to keep him okay. And Samuro did take auto attack, the armor reduction. That's what I was doing. Lucio and Cassie are going to get on the camp right away. Chromie's heading over here. Probably not going to do it by herself. Brightwing's going to come over and help out as well to make sure that goes quickly. All right, Better Than Bots has the votes. Chat wants to see Better Than Bots win this and secure themselves their first victory of a match this season. We'll have to find out if they can do it. Camp picked up almost identical. Took a little bit longer for Better Than Bots than for Mnaval. Lunara versus Li Ming in the bot lane. And we see here Seer getting caught a little bit by the Blaze. Has that Pyromania going. Also has the shield. Endurance stim pack. So... Huh, I didn't realize that he had the automatic cast as well. So that's actually kind of nice. If he is low. But big stun coming in onto these two. Seer in danger. Lucio's skating in. But it's actually Johanna who's going to fall first. Li Ming getting those resets. But not quite able to get in on the Chromie. Also, let me know if the game sound is appropriate. If it's a little too loud. Sometimes Chromie's bombs can be a little bit loud. So they get a little overwhelming. I can make that adjustment. Just let me know in chat. As our first prison camps coming onto the map here soon, and courtesy of our ultra wide screen, we can see all of the action. We can basically see like we're from the Goodyear blimp here. This is practically Goodyear blimp level of vision. But let's zoom in a little bit closer as we might see ourselves another team fight. Jet propulsion coming in, the Iron Skin used just in time there to make sure that that stun didn't... It might not have landed anyways, but it was used to make sure it didn't land. And Samuro sneaking down, possibly looking for the Lunara. Pulled out of the stealth there at the last moment. Not quite going to be able to get there. Prison camps are up, but both teams are heading to their siege camp. They want to get these out to keep that pressure going in this mid lane. XP advantage very very slightly in favor of Better Than Bots. They did have that one killed, but it looks like maybe they lost a little bit of minion XP by comparison. Just a little bit. Samuro going to be able to get the channel for at least a couple of seconds, and you know what? I mean, how many times in these games have you been 0.1, 0.2 seconds away from securing the prison camps? So even that 2 seconds could be huge. Cassian not quite able to stall that out. And we're seeing a little bit of a flank here. We got Samuro in the back line trying to put pressure into the Lunara. Up above, though, the rescue paused at 10 seconds. Let's zoom out. We can't watch all of this, guys. Lunara is on the other side there. Big jet propulsion coming in. Cassia fending in as well. The life drain from Leoric is going to miss as he will go down. However, Samuro in the back is in danger. The polymorph might be enough to help secure that kill. They do get it. Phase shift coming in. I think maybe got interrupted. And Johanna surrounded by red, but doesn't seem to mind as they are a little bit low and Leoric coming right back into the game. Gonna take a little bit longer for the Samuro to make it back, but a lot of damage onto this front wall, courtesy of the siege camp. So a few seconds different on that prison camp, but ultimately the value going over slightly to Better Than Bots in that. XP once again very, very even, and it is going to be that orb build as I kind of expected. Slowing Sands already here, picked up for Chromie. And again, just harassing. As now we do see Samuro there trying to zip away. We do have that vision, the Time Walker's Pursuit for Chromie. Lunara going into the vision on her trait so that she can see what's going on anytime she puts that on somebody. More importantly, she can see which of these Samuros are clones and which are real. There's the time stop going out onto Blaze. Maybe getting a jet propulsion here in a moment, but the polymorph's going to help to prevent that. Johanna getting stuck in the goop there and is going to get taken out. Slowing Sands making it very difficult for Crafty Trent. But the prison channel is going to go over to Better Than Bots. And with Johanna gone for another 10 seconds, this becomes a very difficult defense for Mnaval. Lucio doesn't have the threat of a taunt, but still has to deal with the fact that there's a Brightwing. And Brightwing Poly can eventually cause some significant problems for that Lucio if he's not careful. They are going to get the stall for the moment. Li Ming is going to get the orb, but the stop. 1.1 seconds there left on the prison. Just a few moments away from level 10. So they should be able to come right back in I don't know, 3 seconds, 2, 1. Let's go. Nope. Let's go. There you go. All right. Passive XP finally trickling in there. Level 10s are here. The Unstoppable used there for Blaze. As he's going to get a jet propulsion in. Big combustion coming into the back line is going to full health bar. Both Brightwing and Chromie, they're both taken down. Now looking for maybe that Leoric. As Samuro with the Blade Storm. Going to get the kill. Now trying to dodge the damage from the fort. But it's actually Li Ming tanking that there. And that's going to be our first prison camp. It's going over to Better Than Bots. The siege camp in the mid lane. Getting a little bit of value. Not quite getting the towers, just the one there at the very end with that minion wave. But we are going to get the Horde coming onto the map here. The Wolf Riders providing that extra movement speed and damage to any heroes, really anybody in there. Brightwing and Lunara going to be able to bring this down pretty quickly. But we see here Blaze and Lucio rotating down. Lunara's going to use that leaping strike to get away. And the focus on the heroes may cost them here. This is 4v4. Leoric possibly looking for a march since he doesn't have the Entomb. Blaze going to get caught by the polymorph. Just misses that jet propulsion. But it's all the damage coming in onto the backline here. Batman in danger, uses the high five to get away. Blaze now using that jet propulsion to get the stun. But up in the top lane, Samuro getting high value. Taking that fort, is heading into the middle. Can they find somebody here? Lucio trying to zoom forward and move his team up. As so many health bars, 20% or less. And again, that pressure continues to mount up in the top lane there. And Samuro's just going to keep that going. I wanted to take a look at that timeout just to make sure that that's what it was there for Chromie for her level 13. This is problematic though. I mean, Mnaval's kind of letting this pressure move up, and Samuro just able to keep that going. Leoric now heading up there to deal with that, as the siege camp going to be picked up here by Cassia. Brightwing and Lunara doing the same on the opposite side. But again, Li Ming can throw these orbs from really far away. They get extra damage the farther they are. If they hit a hero, they get the cooldown reduction and additional damage. So, I mean, this is a great place to be for Li Ming. Really far away, and there's nobody that can really get to her. Li Ming is very safe here. Every time I hear this bottle, Megan, you're killing me with this bottle right now, okay? This bottle, every time I hear it, I'm like, who's going to the bathroom in the middle of my room? You guys are not going to be able to unhear that the next time you hear that. Blaze getting the stun. Johanna's caught in the trap, but she's got that unstoppable, so she's able to get out. Prison camp coming up soon. This would be one of those fights that you don't want. This is what we saw in game number 1, where Better Than Bots was kind of forcing fights that they didn't need to take, and they ultimately lost a lot of those fights. Usually just a hero, maybe 2, but this is not the place they want to be doing that. In game number 3, they got their victory last game. And that round, it didn't cost them. I think it was more so that they had the disengage. Lucio's going to boop everybody back to keep the team safe there. Blaze coming in with the charge stun. Leaping strike. Looking at Batman. He's going to zip away. Using that high five to keep safe. The unstoppable protected from that one bounce of the Blessed Shield. Probably enough to keep that from being too significantly dangerous there. Blaze deep in the back. No polymorph, so could be a combustion. There it is. Does get pulled in by the Condemn. Lunara looking at that Li Ming. And again, Li Ming is glass cannon here, so has to be very careful. But that fort in bot is almost down. Unstoppable used there to cleanse the polymorph as well. Pyromania down, though. That is a pretty long cooldown for Blaze, so he's not going to have that. I think it's 90 seconds, something like that. Yeah, 90-second cooldown. He can reduce the cooldown, of course, hitting with that flame stream, but without that level 1, that's a long cooldown to be without. Samuro's going to try to get the channel. However, Leoric showing up, has his swing that can give him some extra healing there. Has that level 1 and level 4, so the cooldown reduction, the extra healing. And that's high value. Better Than Bots getting that siege camp out while this fight takes place is going to be very helpful. However, Lucio, a little too deep that time. Samuro going to be able to back cap, though. The channel is going to begin, and I was going to say they may not even notice it, but Chromie does actually pay attention to this. So the split between Lunara and Chromie going back, but now Johanna falling very low. They're looking for the Brightwing after they got that kill onto Johanna. Not quite able to finish the kill unless Samuro can get there, but Samuro doing so much work. 20 seconds already on this. Can he make it out alive of this? Is going to be able to clear the dot damage. And Cassia able to secure the kill onto the Leoric in the back there. So, huge value. Losing the Lucio, so they're still fairly low. But getting 2 kills in trade, and now Lucio is coming back into this map. And Samuro says, you know what, Chromie, if you want to stick around, we can play a game. The channel going to be picked up here. Going over to Better Than Bots. They have 20 seconds. Leoric is coming back up, so they can mount a defense for this, but it looks like instead they're going to put out their siege camp and try to defend in the mid lane. Level 16s here for Better Than Bots. And now Li Ming can be even farther away with the extremely far distance of Arcane Orbit. Wolf Riders come in once again. Lunara trying to get away, does leap over the blaze. Blessed Shield maybe coming up here. Looking for the right time with no unstoppables, as Lucio going to use that speed to get everybody away. Here come the Orcs, clearing in the bot lane. That's going to take a little bit of time, but this is the threat right now. This is where Mnaval has the biggest potential for loss, is right into this top keep. That Rain Rider's going right in, but the full team is here. And Slowing Sands is going to go out. Leeming's going to zip right on out of that. And continue to throw up. Blessed Shield coming in. Polymorph coming in onto the Blaze. Unstoppable being used. Bouncing orb thing coming out into the backline. And Li Ming with a huge orb onto Lunara, but she is going to be able to make it away. Lunara not taking the spell shield, instead taking the damage talent there. That said, Brightwing has, of course, the increased spell armor at level 13. So she's able to get that 55 spell armor to help reduce that damage. Bottom lane, though, is going to go down here pretty soon as Blaze gets a big stun out onto Leoric here. Johanna's popping the Iron Skin to get away, and that's it. A little bit of damage onto the core. Of course, that will regenerate. Top lane was cleared up, so that big threat gone. And, I mean, if Samuro can keep them busy here, like, I actually like this spray. This seems kind of silly. Like, it seems a little BM. But you know what it does? It says, hey, look at me, right? He's causing some misdirection. But now they realize maybe they're over there. And here they come. They get the poke damage out. Blaze gets the big shield there. Huge orb from Johanna, or onto Johanna. Ball Lightning looking for the Lunara and the secured kill from Samuro. Empress Cyan very low, though. Brightwing gonna get taken out. They get the boot back onto Cassia, as now Crafty Trent with a massive combustion. It's quad kill, looking for the last one onto Leoric. Can they secure the full mega kill? They do. And the question now is, can they take down this core? They're gonna head down into the core. There are still 2 forts up. I don't think this is the right play. I'm not sure they can do this quickly enough. Maybe they can, but that 40 armor is huge. Can they make it? Oh, and they're doing it. They are doing it so well here. Better than bots. It's taking time. Lunara's gonna be up, but it's not enough. This core going over to better than bots, and they win the match, their first of the season. GG, well played. That was absolutely clutch. I think only the one time. There was only that one real time where they were making that questionable play, where I was like, I don't know, but this is what you want to do. I think the rest of that game, they played it exactly the way they needed to. They had Samuro with the misdirection, and then the double misdirection, right, with the bush bait saying, come on into my web. It was so good, so good. Let's see if we can get ourselves an interview. Hop down into lobby here. Let's go to 5. Hopefully it's all set for Discord and I don't screw that up. The good news is we have the game sound on, so we don't have to worry about that.
Hello.
All right, welcome. We are joined here by none other than Crafty Trent. I don't understand the Discord Crafty Trent, but Crafty Trent from Better Than Bots. Congratulations on your victory. It's your first of the season. How does it feel?
It feels great. I mean, coming from B, like, we thought that A would be a good learning experience. We did a little bit of rebuilding, and we just started off the season and we're like, oh my gosh, like we're so in all of these games, we just barely can't get the win. And so it feels so good to finally get a win and finish the game, I guess.
Well, it definitely, like, listen, I get it. I've been in that position. I know, like, when you're struggling early in the season and then you finally, like, things start to click, it feels really good. And you could almost see that evolution in your games tonight, right? The first game looked really good, but like you said, like, you just didn't finish it. And then the second game you guys win, and then the third game was, I mean, the kills were 2-13. You didn't lose the structure, I don't think, at all. Very handily in your favor. So even just tonight, you could see that evolution.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. It's just maybe a little bit of confidence after we got that first win.
Absolutely, it helps to shift that that momentum in your favor. So let's start with that Battlefield of Eternity. So because there are a couple of things in that first game that really transitioned well into the third game. You had a very strong early game. Took some immortal stuns, took maybe some fights that weren't, we'll say that they were suboptimal, and it ultimately kind of compounded on each other to lose game number one. Looking back on that, is there anything that you would, do? Ignore the immortal stuns. Is there anything you would do differently, or anything that you might have said, to your team to keep them in the moment and keep them pushing in for game number two to make sure you're victorious then?
Well, first of all, I will say that we were just talking about how many mistakes we made game one. We were even getting hit by Immortal. Like, we brought that up. Like, we were like counting how many times. We're like, oh my gosh, why are we doing this? I think we were getting in our own heads. So I think we were just like, okay, let's take a step back. There's literally no pressure. Like, we can just come out here. It was close, even with all our mistakes. Let's just play safer and let's get it done. And I think that's exactly what we did. We played safer and started just getting our camps, doing our macro, and then taking fights where we could, and it ended up turning in our favor. For sure. And we see that transition into game number two, where you guys do exactly that. A lot of camps, a lot of macro pressure. And I gotta say, like, listen, I don't want to say that any one person was better than any other person. I think you guys as a team did really well. There's a lot of flashing moves in there. But if I gotta say one thing contributed super heavily, I'm going to call it two things. Two things that contributed super heavily. Obviously, the Sonya just disrupting the backline was huge, and that ultimately, won you guys the game. But can we just talk about Batman for just a moment? Yeah.
Because holy cow, like, every time there was a taunt, I'm out, you're good. Every time that you were getting charged on, there's a boop away. Like,
yep.
Are you paying that player enough?
We might have to raise his pay a couple pumpernickels. That's an inside joke. Anyways,
I don't mind
basically, I don't know. I think that Batman really showed us a lot today. Like, his high fives, like, he's our sub, and we played him tonight, and I'm just really glad that we got to see him play, because I am blown away by his Lucio. As a Lucio player, I was like, this is exactly what I wanted, like, someone else that can play Lucio so that I can build on that. Like, I know exactly what he's gonna do, so it just really helps when you have that kind of knowledge of your teammates' heroes, I guess.
Yeah, having that synergy of your own knowledge of the hero and the other player, being able to know what they're likely to do, and that hero inside and out, makes it a lot easier for you as well to be able to accomplish your goals, for sure.
Yeah, I think he played so well. Like, yeah.
So I have to ask, are we talking about immortal pumpernickels, or are there other pumpernickels?
Oh, so you do know it.
Oh yeah, I know. I was there.
Nice.
I was watching.
Yeah, I forgot you called them out for that.
Yeah. All right, so we'll just keep that an inside joke. We don't need to bring that up into chat, but I was there. I was there. We're on the same page. All right, so game number 3. I was kind of expecting there to be something a little different because, of course, the Sonya gets banned out, and then Cassie gets picked up by. Is it? I think I've been saying it, Empress Sienna. Is that correct? Sienna.
Honestly, we call her Elena.
Oh, well, fair enough.
So yeah, I think that's about right though. Sienna.
All right. Well, anyways, the Empress switched over to Cassia, which obviously can't quite do the same disruption in the backline. So I was expecting there to be something like that. So was this always the plan coming into Alterac Pass here, or like was that a draft switch because they banned out the Sonya?
Don't want to reveal that.
That's fair. That's fair.
But we like Alto Sumero, so
fair enough.
When we think it's useful.
All right. Well, you know what? It worked really well, and the last thing I just wanted to bring up, and you can say as much or as little as you want about this. The last play, how much of this bot camp or bot boss was like scripted out with regard to the Sumero? I mean, obviously you guys go there, you're camping for the bush, but how much? Because I'm sitting here looking at this going, Sumero's like playing a distraction over here while you guys are doing this. Clearly he's trying to convince them you're actually doing it, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, so he was there to distract so that we could do it, and then Chromie got vision, and we're like, okay, right when this vision comes out, we stop attacking it and we get in the bush ready to attack them because they're gonna think we're doing it. And that's exactly what we did, and we engaged on them, and it worked out. I don't think it actually was the best engage on him, but I think we definitely won that fight because it won us the game, so it worked out.
It did indeed. And so now you guys get your first points for the season. And you know, it's a double round robin, so you're gonna have to face these guys again, right? Later in the season. So good luck with that. Anything else that you want to say, point out before we get to shoutouts? Anything about the match at all? Just as an open set, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I think everyone played well, including the opposing team. I think they might have been playing a sub, so. Well, maybe we'll see him full strength in the second time we play him. So.
Sure. Well, and they did definitely flex around at least a little bit. So I don't know what their main roster necessarily is like, but they definitely did swap some players around in each of those games. So yeah. Well, good deal. Let's wrap up. Any shoutouts?
Well, of course, thanks for casting. So, obviously, enemies, they played really well, so Mnaval was good opponents. I hope we get another good series when we play you guys again. And then shout out to the team. That's Alto, Batman, Megan, Elena, and then our tank who was sitting out 5 aces. And that's pretty much it.
Right on. Well, thanks for joining me here tonight. Congratulations on your victory. Don't forget to report your match, and good luck on the rest of your season.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right. So that's the end of our interview. Spectrum, thanks very much for the bits. I really do appreciate it. This was oh my God. I'm so glad that I picked up this match. Originally, I had picked up a different match, and it had been mentioned that, certain teams hadn't been really cast that much. So I gave that match to somebody else, mostly because it was a little bit later, so I was happy to do it. But this was such a good game, and I'm so excited because these teams were duking it out. And, I for both of you guys, I hope when you schedule your next match, let me know. I'll try to cast it. I would love to see this matchup again, because I can only imagine how that goes. Gonna check to see who we can raid. Batman the Secret Ingredient, fair enough. I think Fujin looks like is maybe still doing some, and Dax maybe as well. I'm gonna check out here. Let me check to see if Dax is still going real quick. Let's see. What do we? Oh, these darned ads. Let's see. So give me 1 second. I'm waiting for the ad to show up, but I think we're going to raid over to Dax because I think that he's still in the middle of a match. Nope, never mind. They're done. So I think we're going over to Fujin. We'll check to see if Fujin is still gone. Probably. In fact, I think they are. They're going into game 3. So we are going to go to Fujin Akari, the actual match that I was originally going to cast, which is Can't Counters Pick Stupid versus Regen Divine. So spoiler alert, they're into game 3. Let me get you guys set up. Thanks so much for joining me here. Obviously, twitch.tv/ArrowRG. Again, Spectrum, thank you very much for the bits. Really do appreciate it. And have a wonderful day, everybody. We'll see you again here soon.